Everything was going so well, and then you had to throw in a nonsensical, confusing plot twist and just ruin everything.
Wesker, you are alive.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 worst video game plot twists.
Don't ask, Mark, okay?
Heard all I need to hear, kiddo.
For this list, we've selected the absolute worst video game plot twists that ruined otherwise great stories. It should go without saying, but this list will be chock full of spoilers, so continue at your own risk. Number 10. Scott Shelby is the Origami Killer. Heavy Rain. Remember what we said about spoilers? We warned you. The writers at Quantic Dream came so close to creating one of the coolest murder mysteries in the history of gaming. Yet their big plot twist, with Scott Shelby being the Origami Killer, opens up an enormous plot hole in the game. In the clock shop, Scott apparently murdered Manfred, and yet when you enter the back room of the store while controlling Scott, Manfred is already dead.
Hello?
Manfred!
Hello? Your call is logged, sir. A police car will be there in a few minutes.
It's arguably implied that Lauren, the only possible witness, was distracted by a ballerina figure when that happened. But it happened so quickly that Scott would have had to have super speed to kill Manfred in time.
Well, to old friends.
Number 9. It was all a dream. Super Mario Bros. 2. Although it does technically explain the game's bizarre mechanics and style, the ending in Super Mario Bros. 2 is as anticlimactic as it gets. Once you defeat the last boss, you enter a room where you uncork a pot, freeing a bunch of fairies that were trapped inside for some reason. Then it's revealed that the entire game was a dream. And we all know that if someone dreams about flying masks, small mushroom-headed people, and pink dinosaur creatures that jump around spitting eggs at you, that is considered a nightmare, not just a dream. Number 8. Tidus, Jecht, Auron, and Zanarkand are all a dream. Final Fantasy X.
Maybe you are the dream that will end our dreaming at last.
The opening scenes in Final Fantasy X are pretty cool, with Tidus fleeing the destruction of his futuristic homeland. Then he wakes up in Spira, meets Wakka, and the plot goes down the drain. The problem with Final Fantasy X twist is that it loses all of its potential punch by being so convoluted.
What happened?
Nothing. I blacked out. I was dreaming.
It turns out that Tidus, his father Jecht, Auron, and his home city are all basically summoned projections, kinda like dreams, that survived a devastating war eons in the past and live on as imagined entities walking in the real world. Hang on, what?
What's gotten into you, hey?
Wake up! Wake up!
Number 7. Rourke is alive. Call of Duty Ghosts.
If you make it out of this, kid, come find me.
Revenge stories can make for great video game plotlines, but not when they're executed as heavy-handedly as in Call of Duty Ghosts.
So this is how it ends, Elias? You gonna throw me out of this plane?
After being supposedly abandoned by his squad mates prior to the events of the game, Rourke was brainwashed and turned into the ultimate revenge killing machine.
Merrick, Ajax, left flank, Elias, you're with me.
Anyway, all that aside, most people cannot survive being shot in what appears to be the heart with a hand cannon. But add to that falling into a raging river from inside of a crashing train, and then he gets up and walks around like this? No way, bro.
Look at what you did. You're good.
Number 6. The internet is a living thing. Indigo Prophecy.
A simple touch from me, and you will be erased forever.
Indigo Prophecy is a visual novel filled with convoluted storytelling and ridiculous twists. It's difficult to pick one bad twist that stands above the rest, especially when there are so many head-scratchers.
You're not really Agatha, are you?
No, you're right. Poor Agatha died in her apartment.
The most outlandish, however, is the introduction of the Purple Clan, a group of AI-type creatures that spawned from the internet, which is actually a sentient being that can raise the dead to unleash a plot to freeze the entire world. Like, what? Also, for some reason, the members of the Purple Clan are yellow. Number 5. Pandora's box contains hope. God of War 3.
What is the meaning of this?
Kratos is such a badass, and nothing can really change that. Not even the horribly cheesy plot twist revealed in God of War 3.
I told you, it was empty. Pandora was sacrificed in vain.
He's just cracked the skulls of too many gods to let some cute little narrative tool ruin his legacy. But the plot twist in God of War 3 came dangerously close to undermining Kratos' badass status.
Of course. When you open the box, you release the evils to the gods.
The culmination of the series, where he opens Pandora's box and discovers the only thing that can save humanity is hope, is a really weak attempt to make Kratos a bit more sympathetic. Number 4. Melissa Bergman is Mother Brain. Metroid Other M.
I'm Samus Aran. What's your name?
Madeline Bergman.
How the heck did Team Ninja manage to botch a seemingly flawless series like Metroid so badly? Well, for starters, they tried to imbue Other M with an overwhelmingly boring narrative.
Wait, MB, calm down.
After Samus is summoned to a space station overrun by aliens and space pirates by the station's director, Madeline Bergman, a boring, convoluted plot unfolds where it's finally revealed that Madeline Bergman is actually Melissa, or MB, an android created by the real Madeline Bergman, who has developed the human-hating emotions of Mother Brain.
My name is Madeline Bergman.
Wait a minute. I met another woman who called herself Madeline Bergman. What's going on here?
Get it? Melissa Bergman, MB, Mother Brain. Yeah, we were disappointed too. Number 3. Raiden is actually the main character. Metal Gear Solid 2.
Secure the breach in the area. General alert to all personnel.
After the critical acclaim for Metal Gear Solid, and the recent release of the more powerful PS2 hardware, fans were going crazy with anticipation for the second chapter in Solid Snake's espionage saga.
This is Snake. Do you read me, Otacon?
Loud and clear, Snake.
What followed was one of the greatest troll jobs in gaming. After controlling the iconic Snake for one mission, you are promptly thrust in the shoes of Raiden for the rest of the game. A somewhat whiny, weak-willed substitute who just pales in comparison.
I was trained to fight. My personal feelings have no place in a mission.
Metal Gear Solid 2 is still an awesome experience, but man were people let down by this.
The terrorists call themselves Sons of Liberty.
Sons of Liberty?
The name of their leader is Solid Snake.
Number 2. Your mechanical arm is your wife. Bionic Commando.
Emily.
I never left, Nathan.
The 2009 Bionic Commando reboot is filled with cringeworthy moments. From Rad Spencer's questionable, dreadlocked redesign down to the cheesy acting. But nothing's worse than the reveal about the disappearance of Spencer's wife and the origins of his trademark bionic arm. It turns out that in order for bionics like Rad's arm to work properly, they need to sync up perfectly with the host on both an emotional and physical level. So that means that Spencer's wife sacrificed herself to have her spirit, or whatever, used to make his arm. Not only is that dumb, but there's a great masturbation joke in there somewhere.
That is why the emotional bond must be strong. Why the catalyst must be someone close.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
Cell? I tried to warn you off. I'm sorry.
So slow to catch on.
Number 1. The whole world is a video game. Star Ocean, till the end of time.
Relax. I'll explain everything.
It's never good when a video game tries to get too meta, and that's especially true when the game already suffers from shoddy writing. You have to give the writers credit for trying to make things interesting, but unfortunately, the plot twist is horrid.
We're just characters living inside a simulator?
Turns out that the entire world is just a video game universe created by creatures from the 4th dimension, and your party is simply AI that has become advanced enough to achieve self-awareness. It really undermines everything that's happened in the game beforehand, because you realize that none of it matters.
This is ridiculous.
You're nothing more than a collection of zeros and ones.
And then you wonder why we haven't seen a sequel set after this.
Then why did you bring us here?
Thanks for watching Mojo Plays. Be sure to subscribe and click on the link in the description below to check out our suggestion page and vote on what content you'd like to see us cover next.